everyone, and welcome to Aisha Yusufu TV. Ovevekuve. It has been reported that every Nigeria sort of like owes 620,000 naira. So as today now, there's 620,000 naira gbese on your head. That is because of the fact that Nigerian government has borrowed money so much. We are talking about unprecedented debt that Nigeria now has, and Tinubu has gone on off into borrowing, while spending recklessly, and on white elephant projects that really don't have add any value to people's life, but they are just sort of suspiciously look like conduit pipe for which monies are being siphoned. Despite huge debt, Tinubu seeks $5 billion loan from Saudi Arabia during visit. Babi Amla mentality. That's what we are carrying, everyone. And then you sit down and wonder why is it that when leaders are meeting, our own illegitimate president is shunned. His plate is always carrying about Bambiala mentality. That person that will always come to you making demands all the time. Most times when you see such people, you just would rather not be in that same place. Bola Tinubu is seeking a $5 billion trade loan from Saudi Arabia, supposedly to bolster capital for Nigeria's economic reform program. However, the exact purpose and anticipated impact of the loan remain unclear, raising questions about the necessity of adding to Nigeria's substantial debt. Most of the monies that are being borrowed, most of the things that are being done, you could clearly see are things where Nigeria's money is being wasted, and yet they are sitting down and borrowing more and more and more, and you don't even see, okay, when you borrow, what is it that you've borrowed for? Most times people cannot see that. The presidency announced this development in a statement on Tuesday following Tinubu's meeting with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in Riyadh. The meeting, held during the joint Arab Islamic Summit, reportedly focused on expanding bilateral cooperation, with the loan being one outcome of their discussion. Yet, the statement offered no specific details on how the loan funds would be allocated to support Nigeria's economy, leaving Nigerians uncertain about the underlying strategy. According to Bloomberg, the terms and repayment conditions were also undisclosed, adding to the opacity surrounding the financial commitment. As Tinubu's government, illegitimate government by the way, pushes forward with this loan request, the lack of transparency fuels skepticism, especially given the country's existing financial strain. Nigerians are left to wonder whether this decision truly aligns with long-term economic reform or could further compromise the nation's financial health. We're such a shameless country, such a shameless people. Saudi Arabia, what is it that they have? Oil. They're using their oil very well, judiciously, planning, making billions of dollars profit, investing in other countries. Our own NNPC is sitting down there doing nothing. I think their own is called Aramco, Saudi Aramco. They're declaring profits. Our own is loss that we're sitting down and declaring. And then we'll go there and be begging for money. This is all we just sit down to do all the time. What is wrong with us as a nation? Is it that we can't just sit down and think? Is it that we can't just determine? Honestly, when they talk about this presidential system, it's really a disservice to Nigeria. For me, I've always been on the issue of parliamentary system. If it's parliamentary system now, ministers, whoever are ministers, are also people who are elected MPs. And when you come to the house, you can't have somebody and just only them will just employ whoever they want to employ, and they just be making decisions like that for the whole country. They must come together. There must be a discussion that is had. You must bring out what is it that you want to do with this money. Fine, you want to collect a $5 billion loan. What are you going to do with the $5 billion loan? What is the repayment terms? When you put it, what are you going to put it in such a way that you are able to make something out of it and then start also paying back from this? Of what value it is? These are questions that, MPs would ask. If Nigeria was a parliamentary, for example, you have Peter Obi with his this year in the house, you have Atiku there with his own people, the other one, Showore, would have come with his own seat. Who are the other parties that ran that got? Everybody will shall have his own representative. Yes, majority will carry the day, but minority's voice will be heard. You will not need to be screaming and shouting from the outside. From the inside, there are people that will scream and shout and say, this needs to be done, this needs to be done, and this needs to be done. But here we are with a system that is so awkward. One person will just decides everything. We just decide, oh, I'm going to employ so and so people. I will sit down and we'll collect this loan, we collect that loan. These loans, you don't even see what is it that these loans are being used for. Half of the loans, they will find their way into people's private pocket. And then all of us are the ones that are bearing the brunt of paying for those loans and stuff like that. For how long are we going to continue like this? For how long is this going to continue? Honestly, Nigerian citizens, this sit down, do nothing, look the other way. They work, go work. These people don't care. They don't care. I just saw a newspaper report that Adams Oshomole's, whether his son, I think his son, is being put in the government of Edo State, Okpebolo's government that rigged government that is going to get in. Adams Oshomole's charge is already there. Adams Oshomole has already oppressed us. So now his children will sit down like this. We'll just be sitting down. Their children will now come and be oppressing our own children again. These people are not going to go away. Some people feel that, oh, let's wait. Maybe as long as we wait, they will just die. Later, all of them shall we move. They are not going anywhere. As they are going, they are planting their own. Those ones that are being planted, they will deal with us. If we where we don't go, we don't die, they will be dealing with our children at the center. That's how it will continue. Except we sit down and say, enough is enough of all of these things. When we say enough is enough, then we will take them on. Until then, we'll be here, hearing the way, feeling it in our body. Can you just imagine? Just shamelessly, no shame, nothing. You're going to go and meet Saudi Arabia and borrow money. Where is the shame? The same oil, like I said earlier, the same oil they have is the same oil that we have. Yet, Babiala mentality will not allow us to focus and use the one we have very well. Thank you for watching.